All right, so we are live. This is Jamie's Sideline Podcast. We got a lot to talk about today because you know what? The Super Bowl is set. Everybody knows the Super Bowl is set. It is almost Super Bowl season, and what I'm gonna say is that we are going to try and do some type of longer show on Sunday morning, the morning of the Super Bowl, just to get everybody prepared. We're gonna run down the stats. We're gonna run down it. So we're gonna probably do some type of show on Sunday just to get everybody warmed up for the Super Bowl. We will get to the details as we know them. It was just kind of a spur of the moment thing for me anyways, because I knew that there was like a lot of people wanting a Super Bowl show to kind of run down the Super Bowl and everything. But anyways, Super Bowl is Panthers and Broncos. We'll get to our predictions later. But first, I wanted to go through the divisional championships, the AFC and NFC championships, because those were some crazy games, okay? Let me tell you. So I think we forgot to predict the divisional round last week, or maybe we did. I forgot. It's been so long since we've done a show, I think, that I forgot about it. But I did tell you in my last show that the Panthers were going to win against the Cardinals. I was right. The Panthers absolutely dominated the Cardinals. 49-15 was the final score. Did you watch that game, Lori? How did you feel if you did?
Let's see. The Panthers game? Is that what we're...
Yeah. What did you take away from that game, basically?
After about the first 10 minutes of the second quarter, kind of quit paying attention.
I think a lot of people did.
That was kind of...
At that point. It's like after a blowout like that, the one thing I took away from the game is that the Cardinals, yes, they are a good team, but they still need to work on some key elements on defense and offense. Now, the other game I wanted to get to, and we'll break down the Cardinals and Panthers in detail in a little bit, but the other game I wanted to get to that was crazy, and I wish that I could play this clip for you guys because it is the most hilarious thing ever. It is a reaction to the Patriots and Broncos game from a Patriots fan. His name is Joe Cronin. A lot of you may remember me from his show. We did an interview with him. It was a wildly successful interview. We did an interview with him. I've been a long-time supporter of his wrestling show. You can check him out on YouTube at Joe Cronin Show. But anyways, he's a Patriots fan. He's from Boston. He is diehard Patriots. So he had the most funniest reaction. And oh my gosh, I wish I had a way to play it for you guys. You guys just need to go check out his channel. You'll see it. It's Joe Cronin Show. So check that out on YouTube. Also check out that interview. But the Patriots lost against the Broncos 18-20 after the Patriots kicker missed a field goal. Now the Patriots kicker, this guy never misses field goals. He has almost 100% success rate when taking field goals. But the time the Patriots need the point, he didn't come through. He kind of just wafted one out and missed the field goal. So Patriots lose 18-20 in Mile High Stadium in Denver, Colorado. Now, of course, that lets everybody know that the Super Bowl is going to be Carolina Panthers versus Denver Broncos at Levi Stadium in Santa Clara, California. Now, Lori, we'll get more into our show when we do the Super Bowl rundown, and trust me, I will DM you the details of the show off air. See what works for you. But how do you feel like this Super Bowl is gonna go? Like, what is your biggest takeaway from the season? Because the season's almost over, sadly. So, what is
Yeah.
your biggest takeaway?
Yes, that is. I just say it's going to be really sweet to see Peyton Manning playing what is supposedly his final game as the Super Bowl.
Yeah, it's a bittersweet moment. I'm telling you that after whether they win, lose, or draw, or tie in overtime or whatever, Peyton Manning's going to come out the next day and say he's going to retire from the National Football League. I've seen it coming. Although he hasn't officially announced his retirement, he's kind of at that Brett Favre stage. Sorry to say. He's at that.
No.
I mean, he's at that stage in his career where it's just too much.
It's safer to retire.
Yeah. But anyways, the Patriots and Broncos, that game was a good game.
That game was an awesome game.
Patriots lose 18-20. Now, a lot of people are wondering going in to this game, does Cam Newton, a young guy, has a whole career ahead of him, can do great things, is definitely in my mind a future Hall of Famer. Can he stack up against the veteran Peyton Manning and the best defense in the National Football League? And can he win this football game with being a rookie, considered a rookie, even though he's had, I think this is his second year in the league. Correct me if I'm wrong, but he's still a rookie in my eyes, so that's why I'm saying rookie. But how does he stack up? How do you think he stacks up? I mean, we'll get into physical stats when we do our Super Bowl show, but for right now, in your mind, just the first thing that pops in your mind, how does he stack up?
He has, if they can keep the ball, if the Panthers can maintain possession of the ball, I think that he may have more stamina, so to speak, at being younger. But I think ultimately, experience is going to be on Manning's side, and I think experience in a nerve-wracking situation, you gotta want the Broncos to win.
You know, and this is what's striking to me about this whole thing is in a interview with Fox Sports 1, they were interviewing him about the Super Bowl because, as you know, this is his first Super Bowl, the Panthers' second Super Bowl ever in the history of the franchise. So they were asking him, how do you feel about it, win or lose? And he says, you know, when I'm retired and I'm long gone, all I want is for people to know that I had fun doing what I'm doing. And, you know, stuff like that. But here's the thing. You know, deep down, that's what every player says. He wants to win the football game.
Deep down, Manning wants to walk away with the ring.
No question. But, you know, the thing about it is people have been criticizing, and I know they've done this with a handful of other good quarterbacks. They've done this to Roethlisberger. They've done this to a bunch of other good quarterbacks in their prime days. They've said, oh, they're too cocky. They still have that college mindset about him. Well, no. Cam Newton carries himself like a champion, and in my eyes, Super Bowl 50 will belong to the Carolina Panthers. I'm going to get more into detail as we do our Super Bowl show, but for right now, I'm telling you that Cam Newton, whether you think he's cocky or not, depending on what he says, depending on what he does, he's a good guy and he deserves a ring. Um, he does what few other quarterbacks will do, which is hand footballs to. I mean, what player? What player have
Climb
you
to
seen?
the end zone.
What player have you seen on the field score a touchdown and then give the ball to an eager fan in the stands, to an eager child? That just brightens their day. Then they'll love the fact that they went to that Panthers game. So despite what he does, despite his touchdown dance, his touchdown celebration, you know, the
He's
thing about the thing about it is like when you score a touchdown, you get to celebrate it no matter what you do.
I'm a Packer fan. Remember, you're preaching to the choir. All he's doing is, Lambeau Field. What's the first thing they do?
They jump
into the
stands. I mean, the thing about it is a lot of these people, and I'm kind of going off on a tangent here, but I'll bring it back. I'll bring it back because it all relates to what I'm about to say.
Okay.
A lot of people think these cocky young quarterbacks only do it for attention and only do it. But all these young guys, they work so hard to get to that point. And you can't even celebrate a touchdown. You can't even celebrate a good play. And people have made it so that everything is a flag. Everything is excessive celebration. But you try training 265 days a year and then finally scoring that one touchdown for that close game till you get to go to Super Bowl 50. I mean, so stop complaining. Stop whining. He's a young kid. He's got a whole career ahead of him. And if you want something done about it, then you go play in the National Football League. And then you see why he celebrates the way he does. And all these other guys do. So that was my tangent for the day. Jamie's Sideline podcast rant session is over. How about that?
Okay.
Anything else you would like to add to the Panthers and Cardinals or the Patriots and Broncos? Any thoughts? Or Super Bowl?
Well, I said you said we'd cover some things going forward for the Super Bowl, so that's pretty much where we're at.
Yeah, we're at Super Bowl. Oh, I forgot to mention, in case anybody wants to know or even care, because I don't know how many of you care that are watching right now, but the Pro Bowl is always held I think it's the Monday before the Super Bowl or something like that on ESPN live from Aloha Stadium in Honolulu, Hawaii. They take two legend players. They draft a team. And if any of you care, that is, what's the exact date? Let me look it up. If any of you want to watch the Pro Bowl, I'm going to give you the date for the Pro Bowl. The Pro Bowl is Sunday, January 31st on ESPN at 7 Eastern Time. So if any of you care about the Pro Bowl, there's the date. Sunday, January 31st, ESPN, 7 o'clock Pacific or Eastern. 7 o'clock Eastern. I think that's where we're at. I think we all got it all covered here.
I think so.
It was a pretty short episode, but I think it was a good one.
Well, there were only 2 games this week.
I gotta go eat some delicious pancakes, but I will be back, and we will be back covering all your Super Bowl goodness the Sunday of the Super Bowl, Sunday morning. So you guys tune in. I will be announcing the official date on my Twitter. So I will be announcing the official time on my Twitter. So make sure that you guys go over there. This has been Jamie's Sideline Podcast. If you're watching on the replay, whether it be on Blab or YouTube, subscribe. Make sure you're part of the sports fandom that is Jamie's Sideline Podcast. This has been Jamie's Sideline Podcast with me and my beautiful co-host, as always, Lori. And peace out, guys.